Yeah, and welcome to Papastache 102. So, this freaking guitar is sick. I recently befriended Grover Jackson and his partner John at GJ2 Guitars, and I found out they were right down the street from my office. So I went by, and they freaking let me come home with this thing. You know, they loaned it to me, but it's never going back. But the point of the story is the lesson that's going to come today. It was directly inspired by my roots metal, which this guy was the master of metal back in the day of Jackson guitars, and he's got his own GJ2 thing going on now. But today we're going to learn some hard rock riffs. Now they're blues based, so we're going to use pentatonics, but we're going to add some distortion and some jets going over and we're going to make them more rockified, because the pentatonic scale is one of the most used, if not the most used scale in all of music, right? It's in country, it's in, you know, freaking, I mean, I'm sure there's rap songs with it in there. Pop, hard rock, metal, classic rock. And so what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to approach it a little bit different of a direction, and turn it into a hard rock thing. So down below there is a new link, brand new. The video is not on YouTube. It's about major pentatonic playing, which is huge in melodic hard rock licks as well. Now they use modes, but the major pentatonic comes into play because it's a super musical scale too. So check that out as well down below in the description box. I'll leave a link to these guys' site because their stuff's awesome. So check them out as well, GJ2 Guitars. So let's zoom in for a closer look. Check it out. All right, so check this out. Let's say our chord progression is, I don't know, something freaking that rocks. I don't know, some hard rock awesomeness, right? There's a million different versions. Think, you know, Dokken, Rat, Van Halen, Scorpions. You know, need I say more? Motley Crue. It goes on and on and on and on, right? But one of the things that they do is they use pentatonic craftily. Okay, so a lot of people associate pentatonic with blues, but pentatonic is really, I would say, the dominant force in guitar playing. It's the easiest scale to learn, just about, but it's very easily manipulated, and you can manipulate it in awesome hard rock ways. Now, one of the things that we can do is we can mix major and minor, which we cover all the time here. You can fill in the gaps of the scale. For instance, instead of going, you can borrow notes from the major. Right, so we got, and all of a sudden it starts to sound a little bit more tough. You know, obviously distortion helps, or you can add pinch harmonics and all that kind of stuff, and it makes it sound pissed at that point, which is great. But what we want to do is we want to, you know, kind of have some sort of key center. So you want to try to tag the D note or the fifth, since a lot of times hard rock music is power chords, right? So it's root and fifth. So if we do a run like, it's great because if we're starting on a D chord, then it's cool to at least hit the D note in our first phrase to go along with whatever it is we're playing. So in this case, I'm going to go to the A string and go 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to go down, and I'm going to follow my minor pentatonic scale, basically, position 3. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside and use a chromatic note again, but this time I'm borrowing it basically into position 4 and 3. So we got... So I'm going to start on 5, 6, 5, 3, to do the stacking, so I'm going to go D, note, and then jump down to the G. So that's 5th fret of the A and the D. Okay, so we got. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use position 4 more as a transition to getting up to position 1 of D minor pentatonic. Okay, but again, we're mixing stuff, chromatic, major, pentatonic, all that stuff inside it. So we got. Now I'm going to slide up from 5 to 7 on the D, hit G5, and then I'm going to slide up from 7 to 10. So it's a step and a half. So you're using position 5 at that point of pentatonic. And a lot of people don't use that position very much, especially in the middle. And it's freaking awesome. One of the things you can do is go to 9. Okay, so you're basically borrowing from the major scale. And then what I'm going to do is do the same kind of thing we did down here, go into the next scale, but this time I'm going to use the minor 3rd, major 3rd. So it's a big stretch, but it's awesome. Okay, so we got. Okay, and I basically did the same pattern as I did down here in the beginning. Now you can carry on that same pattern and scoot into position 1 now and do the same and add a bend. So it's literally the same thing. You're filling in the gaps. It's the exact same riff we did here. But this time I'm bending this one up, our minor 3rd, and bending it up a whole step. I totally pinched that from Van Halen, and I love that. Most people bend, but he got the extra pissed off sound. It just sounds angry, and I love that. I prefer if the guitar sounds angry and not the singer, right? The guitar can scream, and I'm good. I'm good with it. But when somebody's screaming at me all the time, and nothing against new metal, you know, there's amazing stuff. Just personally, right? You know, it's like somebody yelling at you, and it's. I'm back from the guys could sing. Well, they all can sing. So I'm digging myself deeper in a hole, trying to get out of it, and I just keep digging deeper, and probably insulting new metal people. Your music is valid and awesome too. I'm just saying, personal preference. 80s stuff did it for me. Now, what we can do that. You can do like a Jimmy Page style run and add a blues note in there. Or tweak it a little bit. Let's do that. So I go 12, 10, 12, jump down to the G, 10, okay, and then I'm going to pull off 12 to 10 on the G, stack, so we got, I'm going to do that exact same pattern, but I have to manipulate the fingering to go along with the scale, but I'm going to go out of the scale and grab the blues note. And I'm going to stack here on the 13th fret. And then bend up. So you could have a run that goes over the whole neck. We use major and minor pentatonic, and we use chromatic, and we use the minor pentatonic scale as kind of like our road map to our destination, right? So that's the map. The destination is the target notes we're hitting those Ds, you know, hitting those major and minor thirds to kind of like really hammer in that we're in the key of D. Now you can do all sorts of stuff from that point on. I mean, you can do the same thing where you're jumping out of, right? Just minor pentatonic. Right? So it's just those same patterns basically, and you just fill in the notes of the pentatonic scale. That's our one option. Go right outside. Maybe borrow from the major pentatonic or the blues note. Use maybe minor to transition up to position 1, but then manipulate it. You know, don't just follow the scale. Don't just color in the lines. It's okay to go out, right? So you can. I had to do that. Now, if you guys want to see more stuff like that, more hard rock kind of stuff, hard rock bands, solos you want worked out, leave them in the comment section below. All right. Yes! Way to go. Awesome job. Awesome job. Again, check out these freaking guitars, man. They're sick. I went down to their factory. Amazing. GJ2 guitars. Check them out for sure. I'm sure there's a dealer near you somewhere. Other than that, there's also the introductory to melodic soloing, which is major pentatonic bass. It's a whole different way of thinking of the pentatonic scale, so check that out. Papastache Pop over there, you know, if you want to get in a top 40 band and play bars and, you know, I don't know, like high schools and bar mitzvahs and what, coffee shops, 500 songs over there, so check that out as well. Other than that, you guys are amazing. This channel is blowing up too. The Papastache Pop channel just like took off, and this one is catching up rapidly, and you all out there are to thank for it. So if you like what you're seeing, by all means, share it with your friends. I'd be super stoked. Check out papastache.com down below. You guys are amazing. We'll catch you next time.